Welcome to section 2 of Pose to Pro. In this section, we're going to talk about project templates and project folder templates. Setting up project templates will help you get started quicker and easier down the road. It's going to save you a ton of time, a ton of headaches. Let's check it out. Okay guys, so in this section we're going to show you a few things on how to make a Adobe Premiere Pro project template. That's where you can open the same organized project inside of Premiere Pro and use it going forward each time you edit a new video project. But first, so this Projects 2019 folder that you created in the last course, I showed you how to create these folders to keep you organized. You want to go ahead and save this or just copy it, and you want to put that on your external hard drive, because everything going forward you're going to be creating some data, or you just don't want to take up space on your desktop. So I saved it to my external hard drive. I'm going to take this folder, I'm just going to trash it, and we will go into our hard drive, Project 2019, and see that I'm going to get rid of these because we don't need those. All right, so oops, Project 2019. Okay, so now we're here. So we have all of our folders set up. Now this project files folder and Premiere Pro is where we're going to save this project template. So let's go ahead and open up Adobe Premiere Pro 2019. And if you have 2018 or a later version, this will be fine. And if you have 2018 or an older version, this will be fine. But we're going to go ahead and open up Adobe Premiere Pro, and we're going to create a project template master. So we'll just let this load. Okay, so when Adobe Premiere Pro opens, whether you've opened it for the first time or multiple times, you should get a home screen that looks like this or similar to this. If you've done things in the past, it'll come out here. If you haven't ever opened it, this should be blank. So what we're going to do is we're going to go New Project. And this dialog, this little pop-up box will pop up. And we're going to name this Premiere Pro Master Template. And then we're going to choose where to save this file at. So we're going to go Browse. We're going to find our external hard drive, go to Projects, Project Template Master, Project Files, Premiere Pro. Boom. And that's where we'll save it. Choose. Everything here you can just ignore and just select OK. All right. So now that Premiere Pro is saved, or that project file is saved, Premiere it'll be a blank project. We're going to get more in depth into the software as we go on throughout the course, obviously. But right now, I just wanted to show you how to make this master project. So one thing you want to find first off is you want to find this little project tab. And if you can't find it, you can go to Window, and you can always see these different things here. And like Media Browser, which will be here, your library, which is your Adobe Cloud Library, Info, Effects, Markers, History, all these things will be here. But right now you want this Project tab. And to import things, or you can simply double click Import Media to Start, and you could go in and import whatever you want as far as video or music or graphics. But right now we're not going to import anything. We're just going to set up some more folders inside of this template master to make your life easier going down the road. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click inside this import media to start area, or you can come down here and click this little folder button to make a new bin. And we're going to create a bin. We're going to call it video. And then we're going to double click that, and that opens up in another window, and we're going to create a folder inside of it called raw, just like we did for our folders outside of the software. And so we got raw, and then we're going to do client provided or / pre-existing. Boom. Okay. So we have that. We can keep that, and you can label these. You can right click, label, and let's just make it teal. Boom. Okay. So now we're going to do another bin called audio. We're going to open it up. We're going to do a new bin. We're going to do music. We're going to do sound effects, and we're going to do voiceover. Perfect. So there's that. So now we have an audio folder. Let's just label that. Let's go purple. Why not? Doesn't really matter. So we'll go another new bin. This will be graphics. And then we'll open inside. And just like we did, we're going to create one for stills, images. Then we're going to create one for logos, branding. We're going to create one for what's it called? Stock photography. And that actually can live inside of stills and images. And there's that. And then we'll create one for subtitles, captions. Okay. So that's all of graphics. And boom. Sorry for my sound effects, guys. And sorry for like my monotone voice. I know it can maybe make people sleepy. I've heard good things about it, but at the same time, it's not the most exciting thing. But I promise you, all this is worth it. So audio, graphics, video. The next bin we're going to create is a animations and renders. And that can stay empty just like we did outside of the software. So there's that. We can label it magenta. Why not? Actually, let's go with something a little bit more different. Let's go rose. That's just the same damn color almost. We'll go with yellow. Perfect. Okay. And then we're going to go with a folder called sequences. Okay. So now we have all of these. Let's label this guy. We're going to go green. Cool. So inside of our master template here, we now have these folders set up. And so there's animations, renders, which we left empty, audio, which is voiceover, music, sound effects. Then we have sequences, which is empty, and then graphics, subtitles, logos, branding, still images, all of that. And video, client provided, pre-existing, and raw files. So we don't need a finals folder because we're going to be exporting out of the software to our hard drive, and we don't need a project files because this is the project file. So and anything else you want to organize your way, obviously feel free. This is just how I do it, but organization is key. So after we get all these folders made, we just want to hit save. It saves it where we had it in the first place. And then now our basic project master file or project template master is complete. Now we're going to do one more thing in this section of the course before we go into the next section, which is sequences. And this is just to give you a little bit of education before we start. Basically right here you see this is timeline and it says no sequences. So there's nothing here that we can edit yet. In order to do that, we can either have a video that we import here and we can just drag that and it'll automatically make a timeline, which is what we edit on. out of that clip. Or we can set up a sequence by going to File, New Sequence. This pop-up will come about, and this is totally in the next section, but most everything that you want to finish in these days is either going to be 1080 or 4K. And right now on social media, it's 1080 is fine. Like, the resolution is fine. I always use this Airy preset 1080p. These numbers right here are the frame rate. So depending on what you shot your footage in is what you want to select your timeline as. So this is saying 23.976 frames per second. This is 24, 25, which is like a European and other parts of the world standard. 29.97, which is more TV base frame rate, and 30 frames per second. I shoot a lot of stuff in 29.97, so I'm going to select this, and then we'll just name the sequence down here master sequence, and then we'll select OK, and you see that it's created a timeline. It's created a blank program window, which is where you would see the footage, and it's created the master sequence item down here in our bin. So we're going to move this master sequence into the sequences. So boom. And then we're going to save. And so now we have a complete project template master ready to go. So every time we open up a file or we're going to create a new video project, we can open this file. So what I'm going to do now is just close this, quit Premiere. We're going to navigate to where we saw the projects 2019 project template master, and then as you can see in our project files, Premiere Pro, we have Premiere Pro master template, and that is all we needed. Now the last thing in this this part of the course is, let's say your first projects come up. It's a 200-hour yoga teacher training fall 2019. You're creating a video for that event. You just create this folder, and then you want to copy all your subfolders out of the project master. Just paste them in there. Or just to show you another way, we can delete this, and we can copy this folder, paste, rename it 200-hour yoga teacher training fall 2019. And it has all of our folders in it, including our project master in Premiere Pro. Now what we want to do is we want to open this file and ignore this little dialog box here. And obviously, depending on your computer, it will take a few seconds. But we're going to rename this. And the reason why we're going to rename it this time for this new project is because if we don't, and we save over the template, then we don't have the template to work with again. So after Adobe pops up, it'll say, hey, so it should have opened that project file, but sometimes Premiere doesn't work like it should. So this is a good learning scenario. So what it should have done is open the software completely, but it's essentially saying like, hey, which project do you want to open? So we want to open the Premiere Pro master template that we just saved a few minutes ago. And we want to go to File, Save As, and find our new destination for this 200-hour yoga teacher training fall 2019 project. So we go to Project Files, Premiere Pro. We're going to rename this 200-hour YTT fall 2019, and we're going to save it there. And so just to show you where that's at, so now you see, we'll just start from scratch. So projects 2019 yoga 200-hour yoga teacher training fall 2019 project, Premiere Pro, we now have these two things, and what we want to do is we can just go ahead and trash this template because we have it saved in our template master folders right here. Okay, so there's that. We're going to open up Premiere again. So now everything's the same from the master file. It's just named different. It says 200-hour yoga teacher training fall 2019 project. And then we can get started with our edit. But the next class we're going to get into sequences, and I will see you there. Peace.